Hey guys, good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you guys are. Right now, I am currently in Florida. I was trying to flip my camera, but I guess you can't do that when you're recording from here. This is my husband. It feels so weird to say that. We just got married. But anyways, okay, I'm going to talk about something on here because you guys wanted to know what the wilderness season is like, and I'm just going to talk about what it was like for me and how I do know that it is for a lot of other people. So the wilderness is basically a place where, think of like the name of it, right? It's like the wild. Like you just don't know what is going on in your life. Like you don't know why you are where you are. You don't know what the purpose of being in a certain place is. Like you just feel lost, and I feel like you're surrounded by a lot of temptation. So when Jesus was in the wilderness, he also went through temptation. And for me, I feel like my temptation was just family around me that's not saved, that would just do things that I used to do and certain things like that. So another thing for me is just like a lot of traumatic experiences. My trauma was for about 11 years, but in my wilderness, I feel like that's separate because I was already like saved. I was just in little moments where I was trying to figure out the seasons of my life. And so the wilderness is also a very beautiful place that you really got to search for, because at the same time, I feel like in the wilderness, God is doing such a deep work in your heart, because eventually you will come out of the wilderness and then you're going to look back and realize that the wilderness was such a special place when you couldn't see it, because you learned so much. You realize that God humbled you in those wilderness seasons. He was teaching you so many things just about himself and about you and your healing. Even though you think it's more traumatizing to be in the wilderness, you're actually healing. And it's a very hard place to be in, but you will always come out of it. And for me, the way I dealt with my wilderness seasons was I always stayed at the feet of Jesus. Like, did I rebel sometimes? Yes, but at the end of the day, I never stayed there for too long. Like, I would be at the feet of Jesus. I would just worship. I would cry because times were hard. Times were really hard in my traumatic wilderness experiences. And I would just literally fall to my knees in my room with like, I would come home from somewhere and I would have all my stuff on me. I would walk into my room, I would drop it, and I would just start weeping and crying because I didn't want to be there. And I would just start praying and just being like, okay, God, this sucks, but I know that you're here with me and I'm here with you, and like I'm just going to keep believing and trusting in you, not lean on my own understanding, and just know that you're God and know that I'm going to get out of here. So that's just a little gist of what it was like, you guys. But share your experiences right now.